Hello, this is Will from Will to Trade. You can check me out at willtotrade.com. Fill out the form, get invited for a free trial to our site. Today is Thursday, November 17th, and I wanted to make a video going over some of the stocks that have recently made some really big moves, and then finish up with the stock that we alerted today in our room. So if you don't know, stocks have been massive swings, massive movement in the past couple days, past week or so, specifically the shipping industry. It's just been unbelievable. Big moves up, big moves down. If you are new to trading, I want to let you know this is pretty rare. We really don't usually see stocks double or triple in a day, or go up 10, 20 times in a couple days, and then obviously come crashing fully down. This is the 1-year chart for DRYS, DRYS. This is the first stock to really kind of push this whole sector in its movement in the past week. I mentioned this in the room last Thursday, telling people, hey, you should check it out at $6.75. It's since had made a move all the way past 100 and then pulled back quite dramatically. Specifically alerted on Friday at $12, and then kind of just watch it from the sidelines because it was too extended for me to have safe confidence in it. So this is the 1-year chart. It's kind of all over the place. It had a reverse split, so these numbers are a little different. It really wasn't at $1,700 a share, but just with the reverse split, I mean, it'd been this high and it'd come this far down. So this is already a massive decline in this stock. So if we this movement, which is kind of funny, right? Like this movement in the past week or so looks like a little tiny blip in comparison to what it had done. So stocks all over the place. You got to be careful with it. But if we zoom into the past couple of days, you should be able to tell what's going on. It was as low as in its fours. It went up to 100 and then even went to 120, which we'll go over here on the daily, or zoom in on the 5-minute, I should say. This here is Thursday, where I mentioned it at 6. Where is it? Right around here, 675 area, and then right around again on Friday at about $12. And then these past days, I did not alert it. I was just too overwhelmed, scared. I don't know, nervous about these moves. I just felt it was so overextended that it was due for a pullback. I mean, this was already a pretty intense move. This was a very intense move, and then these 2 days, Monday and Tuesday, were just, I couldn't believe it. I really couldn't believe it. So here's DRYS, and then it pulled all the way back. Here it is. I mean, look at this. I mean, it's just unbelievable. Up to $120. $120 yesterday, pre-market, and then it got halted. If you bought at $100 or $110, let's just say, I mean, someone did, right? If you bought at $110 and you put a stop in at, let's say, $100, and you think, oh, okay, that's pretty conservative. I have a stop at $100. It'll be okay. I'll only lose $10 a share or whatever. You can't do anything. Your hands are literally tied. You're stuck. You just have to wait for it to open. And when it opened, about 55, maybe a little less. About half the value just got chopped off, and then it descended like another fifth all the way down to $10. I mean, that's a massive, massive move. For those that bought low and sold up into 100, congratulations, you did great. For those that were able to short at $100 and then you bought back your shares at 10 or $11, I mean, you did great. But for anyone that bought, at 80, 90, $100, held and wasn't able to close their position until the 50s or the 20s, that's tough. I mean, really, it's tough because you're stuck. You're trying to do what you can, but you literally can't do anything, and the stock just tumbles. But the general rule is that which goes up that fast could come down that fast. There wasn't any super significant news or reason for the stock to be up that much. I mean, there was an earnings report, but they actually were, look at this, they're minus $7 a share. I mean, it was better than how they had done previously, but obviously not good enough, not nearly good enough to warrant a sustained, continued movement up. So that's DRYS. Just want to go over some of the other stocks briefly that kind of followed suit. Here's DCIX and this is the 1 year. Look at this. It's kind of hovering in the $4, $8 at the most, all the way down to $2, and then it reached $26 yesterday. I mean, just unbelievable. These, shipping industry. So sometimes these stocks will move in tandem with each other as an industry. Oh, the shipping industry is up, so sympathy plays. Other stocks will move up with them, and this one did just that. It went all the way up to 26. I mean, halted many times along the way, and they came all the way back down. If we look at GLBS, similar. Pretty much like, look, as low as 20 cents earlier the year, 20 cents. But if we zoom in here, what is it, like $2, and then went all the way up, exploded up to 23, and it came crashing down today, back down to 5. SINO, I mean, huge. This is the 1 year chart. Huge move, as low as 40 cents. 40 cents lower in the year, hovering around $1 to maybe $2 a share. SINO, I remember when it got up to 2, I was like, wow, this is really doing something. And then hit $14, but they came crashing all the way down today. And then ESEA, similar, kind of hovering here in the $1.50, $2 range, as low as $1.04 just a couple days ago. Squeezed all the way up to $8 and then pulled almost all the way back. And then Ships had a really rocky road here. It's up here at 18, and then it gaps down dramatically. A couple big days, but look, it was down here at $2 a couple days ago. Made its way all the way up to $8 as well, and then came almost all the way back down. These are just a few of the stocks that have made some really massive moves, and I think if we look just real briefly at how the 5-minute chart looks in the past couple days. On DCIX, you'll see that it made some really huge day yesterday, working its way all the way up to $26, and then pulled back dramatically. Kind of went up, for the morning compared to where it had closed yesterday previously. But this is $20. $20 where it started today, Thursday, November 17th, and closed at almost a little above $4, or hit a low of $4. That's 1/5 of the value just evaporated in one day. It's really scary stuff. Really, really, really scary stuff. So what does this mean? This means you got to lock your profits in along the way. As it's going up, lock your profits in. And it means don't expect stocks to just run up forever. It doesn't work that way. If it goes up that fast, it could come down that fast. GLBS, similar. Had a huge day yesterday, popping its way up. I mean, grab those profits. Pulled back pretty hard yesterday. Opened up almost $20, and as low as a little more than $5, about 1/4 the value, just evaporated on GLBS. And SINO really blew me away. I mean, look at SINO. What a roller coaster this was. 250, 252 yesterday pre-market, squeezed up to almost $8, pulled back, kind of consolidating around the $6 range or so, went all the way as high as $14. I mean, just mind-boggling, and then pulled all the way back down to 5. So again, you got to lock in your profits. If you can get your profits here, get them. If you can get your profits here, consider yourself lucky, grab them. And then ECEA, similar move where it popped up to 8, and now it's back down to 250. So these stocks make some really massive moves, and they don't always move this high up this quickly. So all right, let me zero in on the one stock that we alerted today. This is SCON. SCON, as you can see, this is where I was checking it out. It was the number one mover this morning. It's the number one mover today. At one point, it was up over 200% on the day. Again, another massive move. I was looking at it here, and I was looking for a good entry. I picked 190 as an entry I liked. So this is the number of the 190. Let me just fast forward into there. I'm going to show you really briefly how I place my orders. I right-click, buy custom. These are the standard presets that you're going to get with TD Ameritrade. These are ones that I created. So I can pick any one of these, buy limits, buy markets, buy stops. They happen to be for 1,000 shares each. You can do any kind of an advanced order you could possibly think of. You can do any percentage up, percentage down, dollar up, dollar down, amount of shares. These are OCOs. They don't have to be OCOs. They can be a buy with a limit to sell, or it can be a buy with a stop, and on and on. I mean, probably countless amount of different presets you can create. These are the ones that I personally created. So bam, bam, buy stop. I mean, and we'll just toggle this into 190. So it's literally that fast. That's how fast I can get my order placed. And when I place an order like that at the 190, it's going to put my buy in there for me, and then it's going to put my sell limit up there, and then it's going to have my stop down there for me. So by default, I have a 5% stop down. Of course, I can move my stop up or down. Ideally, obviously, I want to move it up. In a perfect world, I want to move it up, up, up. So it's not a full 5%. As the stock moves up, I want the stop to move up. And again, the best case scenario is to move the stop above the entry price. Then you're in a winning trade position. And then, of course, my limit. I can move it up if the stock is moving really well, or I can pull it back down if I don't think the stock is moving as well as possible. This was my first trade, an alert for the day, so I didn't want to get too crazy with it. I figured, I'm just go for just a quick little 5% little pop. And not every trade always works out this cleanly, but as you can see, bam. Really, really great trade. Really happy with this trade. It all of a sudden volume kicked in. I got filled here at the 190. It worked its way up. I mean, I think 20-30 seconds later, next thing I knew, it hit the $2 before I could move my stop up, before I could move my limit up. It already got me sold. You can calculate it's about a couple $100 profit right there, but in this one candle. So if it was moving a little slower, I would probably move my limit up, and then you could see I would maybe move my limit up to 210 or maybe a little bit more. Maybe move it up to like the 220 marker, and there you have it. This is obviously not in real time. This is sort of the market's closed right now. That's why I can do this, to show you how this works. You see, I can move my limit up or down. If the stock is moving strongly, I can move it up. I'm not locked into that 5% up. If I had a little bit more time, maybe I could even move my stop up. But I'm not going to do that right now. So, the reason you want to lock in your profits, like I talked about earlier in the video, is you just never know. You never know when the stock is going to turn. And as you can see, if you wait a little bit longer, it does do just that. So if I have my stop right there, and I have all this opportunity where I can sell in any one of these candles. I can sell at $2 or $2.05 or $2.10 or $2.20, anywhere up in here. Yeah, I want to sell. I want to grab something. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30%, whatever profit I can, profit is profit. I want to sell up in here because I don't know if it's not gonna run forever, Even a stock that goes up like this, 200% in a day, it's not going to just make an escalator up, to the top. It's gonna go up and pull back and up and pull back, and I want to catch it just on its way up, and then I want to on my buy, and then I want to catch it as it makes its way up, because as you see, when it pulls back down, I would have gotten stopped out. So this is why you always have to lock in your profits. So let me show you the second trade that I had talked about in the room and then took, and we'll wrap up this video here in just a few minutes. So right around this marker, yeah, I'm watching this. It's somewhat kind of consolidating, not really, but kind of, it pulled back pretty hard. It came back up, and I have this line at the 190 there, and I'm figuring, it's really kind of testing, like once, twice, 3, 4, 5 times this 190 marker, and I figured, let's go for like a 201. And I think I threw in, you can't see that, but this is 10% down below. And then I actually moved my limit up. So this is, a 10% up, 5% down. So I got a little more aggressive, I guess, on this trade. And this trade took a little longer. So to show you how this one looked, it pulls back, waiting for it. So I'm not filled yet. I'm waiting. I mentioned the room. Some people got in around 201. Some people waited till like 211 for more confirmation, sort of like a break above this section here. We're waiting for it, waiting, and then get filled. And then, okay, we're having some decent movement. And then I see, okay, yeah, this looks good. And then once I saw this candle, I was like, all right, this is really good. And then I moved this up. I think I even moved up a little further, but I moved it up. And then I was like, okay, yeah, this is some good movement. and actually moved it to 236. So you can, again, you can move your limit up or down when you're in the trade. And I didn't even have time to move my stop up because bam, next candle, there it is, and it gets you filled. So I wanted to show you in this video, not just the alert that I gave or some of the trades that I personally took, but I wanted to show you sort of how I can execute my trades using specifically TD Ameritrade, specifically OCOs, and specifically with the presets. This is the functionality that I have. I don't have a direct access broker. I don't have instant fills. I click, boom, it's filled. But I have these OCOs, and I find they give me a lot of flexibility. I can visually see what's going on. It feels like a video game. So it's a great way to trade. Now, if we zoom out, I'm just going to give you the big picture on this ticker for the whole day. And again, what a roller coaster of a move. If we zoom out, here's the 190. Here's the first entry. Look at this. I mean, it just dwarfed that first entry. I mean, I talked about it again at the 280 marker. Talked about it again here around 250. And I was amazed to see that it went all the way to $4 plus. When it hit 280, I was learning the room. Yeah, it's probably gonna go to $3, and it just kept going and going. But again, you can't expect these stocks to just go up, and just go up forever. They're gonna go up and they're gonna go down. They're gonna go up and they're gonna go down. So it did just that. It went all the way up, and then it came halfway down. It consolidated, and then it went back up again. And look at this huge pullback, like a $2 pullback or more, from the 450 all the way back down to almost 220, and then went all the way back up again, or at least halfway back up in the end of the day into the after hours. So look, no one has a crystal ball. No one knows exactly what these stocks are going to do. You can use any charting or any system. You can use any EMAs you want, or Bollinger Bands, or whatever you want to use, to determine, oh, it's at this place, it's that place. The bottom line is, you got to lock in your profits. Whether you're locking in 5% up, 10% up, 100% up, whatever, you got to lock in your profits, because you never know when the stock's going to turn on you. You don't get paid based on where the stock is currently at. You only get paid once you've actually sold it. So kind of bookending what I talked about in the beginning of the video, specifically with DRYS, this is why you want to lock in your profits. You don't want to be the guy that buys it at 100 to 120 and then goes, oh snap, oh man, I got to sell right here at $10. You don't want to be the guy that buys it at $100 or 120 and then goes on vacation for the day, or takes the day off, or goes golfing because you think, hey, I did it, and then you don't look at your account until the end of the day, and when it's at $10 and you realize, oh man, my $10,000 buy-in just turned into $1,000. Yeah, I better go ahead and sell. I just lost 90% of my value on that trade. That's a scary position to be in. So I hope this video helped. Hope you learned something. If you want to check out our room, go to willtotrade.com. Of course, as always, you can thumbs up, subscribe, all that good stuff. Thank you so much. Have a great day.